Hello friends, this is Praveen. Welcome to the course on Python Basics. Today I am going to discuss about functions. So function. A function is a block of code that performs some specific task and only runs when it is called. It is usually one task of a large program, and functions can be executed in order to perform overall program tasks. It is also known as divide and conquer approach. So how we can see it like this? You know, we have a large program, so it is a complex sequence of statements. So many statements are there, and then using functions, we can divide into a smaller task like def function 1, def function 2, def function 3, def function 4, and whenever we need to execute this smaller tasks, we will call that function. So how, what are the benefits of using functions? So if you use a function, it makes your code simpler. Second, we can reuse it. So write the code once and call it multiple times in different programs. Better testing and debugging. You can test and debug each function individually. Faster development, easier facilitation of teamwork. Different team members can write different functions. Functions are of two types. One is built-in functions. We have seen print, sum, max, mean, etc. And another is user-defined functions. So what are user-defined functions? The functions which we write or as a user write to implement some specific task. So how it is created? So a function is created using the def keyword. So let's take here on our IDE, that is spider IDE, def myfunc. So this is a function myfunc, and this is the name given. And what it is doing, it is simply printing, hello, this is my function. It is not doing anything else. So let us take it on our IDE. So this is our IDE function, and this is function.py. So what we will do, we'll use def, and then we'll give the name of the function. So my func, I'm just using a random thing, and then I'm just printing print. This is my function. So what it is doing, it is not doing anything except printing. This is my function. So let us check it. I'm just execute it. I'll execute. Right, so it is not printing right now. It is not printing. How we can execute this function? We call it by its name. So my func, and then the parenthesis followed by the parenthesis. So this one. So now this is printing. This is my function. So how we can name the function? Can we name it randomly? No, it has certain rules, naming rules, like we cannot use keywords as a function name. It cannot contain spaces. First character must be a letter or underscore. All other characters must be a letter, number, or underscore. Uppercase and lowercase characters are distinct. So it is similar to the uh, rules we have enumerated in declaring in naming variables. So functions. So when a function is called, here when we call this function, what happens? Interpreter jumps to the function and executes statements in the block. And after finishing the executing the function, interpreter jumps back to the part of program that called the function, and it is known as function return. So function parameters. So what are the function parameters? So informations are passed to functions as parameters. In the G- earlier example, my func, there were no parameters. We have not passed any arguments in the function. So we can pass information as a parameter, and parameters are specified after the function name inside the parentheses. So suppose here we have my func and then parameters 1, parameter 2 and so on. There is no limitation of number of parameters to be passed to the function. So let us take it back. So what I will do here in the earlier part, now I will change this def, or rather it won't allow to use same function name next time. So I'm just using first name, f name, and then l name. So this is my function. So here, this is my function, and my name is f name, f name, comma l name. That's it. So what it is doing, and I will use one more dot, the period. That's it. So what it is doing, it is simply like printing this is my function and my name is f name, l name, and it is taking two parameters. So let us check. If we use this way, it will throw error right now because it requires two arguments, positional arguments, f name and l name, and I have not passed that. So what I will do, I'll pass two arguments, Praveen and then Kumar. So now it will print this is my function and my name is Praveen Kumar. My name is Praveen Kumar. Fine. Now what if this is the parameters we have passed only string parameter? What if we want to pass some other data types? So we can pass any data type, be it string, number, list, dictionary, etc. So let us take it. I'm making another function, def count element, and then I'm passing a list, my list, and here print len of my list. So what it is doing, it will take the list as a parameter, as an argument, and it will print the length, number of elements within the list. So let us make a list here. So I'll make a list names. Names is equal to here we have Praveen, of course, then Nilesh, and one more I'm using Varsha. So we have three names, and if we pass this list into this count underscore element function, it will print 3. So it is printing 3. So whatever we pass, it will print. So next we have another thing. Suppose here we want to use this length, number of length of this list into some other function, then how we can use. If I try to print this, suppose I'm printing here, print. So what it will print? Let us take it here. It is printing 3 and then it is showing none. Why it is so? Because this 3 is coming from this this line, print len my list, and then the none. Why this none is there? Because it is not returning anything to the interpreter. So what is happening here? It is printing none. And if I want to use this value 3 or to store it in some other variable, we must have to return it. So suppose I use here return len, and in this case what will happen if I print this, then it will print 3 now, only 3, it won't print none. It is printing 3 and we can save it here in some variable len list is equal to count, and then we can use this len list for further use in the code. Here 3. So print len list. Now it is printing from this line 12. So this is about function. So there is one more thing in the function, docstring. So what it is? Function docstring or document string. It provides convenient way of documentation of the class or the function. So it tells what the function is supposed to do and what are the limitations in using it. So the docstring, how we can declare it? So the docstrings are declared using triple double quotes or triple single quote. So what I'm trying to do, suppose we have here we have a function count underscore element, and someone wants what this function is doing. So how we can document it? We can document it using this triple quote or triple single quote. This one is triple and this is triple double quote, and within this whatever we write, uh, suppose returns the number of elements in the list. So what happens here? Since it appears to be a multi-line comment, but it is not a multi-line comment, it is docstring, and we can access this using underscore underscore doc underscore underscore method or help function. And any function, every function, all functions has should have a docstring. So if anyone writes a function, there should he should also write a docstring, so that next time if you want to get to know what this function is doing, you can just print like this. Suppose I'm just doing this one returns the number of elements in the list. What if I want to get to know what this function is doing? So we can do two ways. First is using underscore underscore doc underscore underscore method. So count underscore element dot underscore underscore doc underscore underscore. So this will print you this one, returns the number of elements in the list. Returns the number of elements in the list. And another way is we can use using help function. Help function. So this will also give you the same thing. Returns the number of elements in the list. So this triple single quote or multi-line comment just below the function or a class is not a simple comment, simple multi-line comment. It is a docstring which we can access using underscore underscore doc underscore underscore method or help function. So suppose we know print, we have used print function. So we can, if we want to get to know what this print function is doing, we can get to know using this print underscore print dot underscore underscore doc underscore underscore method. So it will tell you what print function is doing. So what it does, print value and then prints the values to a string or to sys.std out by default. So optional keyword arguments, what are the arguments? File, a file like object string default to the current system dot standard output. Separator, string inserted between values, default is space, and a string appended after the last value, default a new line, and flush, whether to forcibly flush the string. So this is what this print function has. What if I want to take the sum? What it does? Sum function. We know some adds all the numbers in a list. So return the sum of a start value plus any iterable of numbers. So when the iterable is empty, returns the start value. This function is intended specifically for use with numeric values and may reject non-numeric types. So it is telling you all the conditions in which case we can use the sum function. So this text string is very helpful in getting, in knowing what a function is doing and how we can use them. So today we have seen basics of function, its advantages, function returning values, and function docstring. Thank you for watching the video. In my next video, I will be discussing different types of arguments in function. If you liked the video, then please like, subscribe, and share it.